They ignited a firestorm when they dared to cross me. What follows is a tale of how a cabal of HOA tyrants turned my tranquil Texas ranch into a battlefield, and how I turned their schemes into a goldmine. They erected a fence to choke off my only road, oblivious to the old adage, "Never provoke a Texas rancher." Now I'm counting stacks of cash from my ingenious toll booth, while the HOA president scrambles to explain to his overlords why their coffers are bleeding dry. Where are you tuning in from? Drop a comment if you've ever had a pleasant run-in with an HOA. I'd wager your tales can't top the saga I'm about to unfold. I'm Ethan Morgan, 38, a remote business consultant with a lifelong obsession for electronics and DIY wizardry. 2 years ago, I claimed a 30-acre ranch outside Austin, Texas, chasing a dream of self-sufficient living. The land was a mess, overgrown fields, a dilapidated farmhouse, and a barn one gust away from collapse. But where others saw ruin, I saw a canvas for creation. The soil was rich, the water rights ironclad, and the location struck a perfect balance. Remote enough for peace, close enough for supplies. Since childhood, I've been captivated by technology, dismantling gadgets and rebuilding them, sometimes with dazzling upgrades, other times with minor explosions that left my parents unimpressed. Over the years, I mastered programming and electronics, skills that became my superpower on the ranch. My first triumph was an automated irrigation system, using soil sensors and weather data to perfect my vegetable garden's yield while conserving water. Next, I built a solar-powered chicken coop, with doors that greeted dawn and barred predators at dusk. I even rigged a system to text me when my goats were ready to birth, tracking their movements with precision. My ranch became a sanctuary, a living lab where I grew crops, raised livestock, and engineered solutions to rural life. Weekends brought local families for fresh eggs and produce, and I occasionally rented out land for camping or small events. The road to my ranch, a 50-year-old lifeline, cut through a patch controlled by the Golden Meadows HOA, a half-mile enclave of pristine lawns and synchronized mailboxes. Though I wasn't part of their clique, a recorded easement from the previous owner guaranteed my legal right to that road. The agreement was airtight, permanent access, no matter who held the surrounding land. For 2 years, harmony reigned. I bonded with neighbors like Frank and Eleanor Hamilton, an elderly couple who bought my eggs and shared their legendary blueberry pies. Frank, a retired engineer, troubleshooted my wilder projects, while Eleanor's pies were worth their weight in gold. Life was idyllic until a certified letter shattered the calm. It arrived on a Tuesday as I wiped hay and grease from my hands after installing a goat feeding system. The letter, cloaked in official pomp, summoned me to an HOA meeting at the Golden Meadows Community Center. Its vague mention of illegal road usage and security enhancements reeked of corporate doublespeak. Confused but wary, I resolved to attend, sensing trouble brewing. Little did I know this meeting would spark a 6-month war, with only one side left standing. The meeting day dawned with a fierce spring thunderstorm, rain hammering my truck as I drove the contested road. I parked my muddy pickup between gleaming SUVs, my work boots leaving rebellious tracks on the community center's polished floor. Inside, 20 residents sat in orderly rows, Frank offering a grim nod from afar. At the front stood Maxwell Bennett, the new HOA president, his slick suit and polished shoes screaming big city arrogance. His smile was pure theater, never touching his eyes. Flanked by Patricia Lawson, the HOA manager with a scowl carved in stone, Maxwell oozed confidence. He breezed through mundane agenda items, landscaping, pool upgrades, before dropping the bombshell: the ranch road situation. His casual tone belied the stakes. My pulse quickened as he unveiled plans for Golden Meadows Estates, a luxury development to boost property values by 30%. A projector flashed images of opulent homes, private clubhouses, and tennis courts. But there was a catch. My unsightly ranch, he sneered, was driving undesirable traffic through their pristine community. Maxwell's solution? a towering security gate and fence to beautify the entrance and block my access. Construction would start tomorrow. My chair screeched as I stood, fury barely contained. "I'm Ethan Morgan, owner of that unsightly ranch," I declared. "I have a legal easement guaranteeing my access. You can't block it without notice." The room froze. Maxwell's mask slipped, revealing disdain, but he recovered with a venomous smile. "Mr. Morgan, the HOA controls community roads. Your arrangement is outdated. Apply for an access card, $3,000 annually. A bargain for the security we're providing." I fired back, citing my recorded easement, but Maxwell dismissed me, his board nodding like puppets. The meeting moved on, leaving me seething in the parking lot, rain dripping like my resolve. George Miller, a nervous resident, whispered a chilling warning. Maxwell was targeting my land for the development, using the gate to choke me out. "He's done this before," George confided. "Restrictions, violations, water issues. He'll bury you until you sell." That night, I called Olivia Nguyen, a college friend and real estate attorney. Pacing my kitchen, I spilled the story as she typed furiously. "They can't ignore a recorded easement," she said. "Get a certified copy from the county tomorrow, but fighting this could take months and thousands." Her advice: document everything, call the sheriff if access was blocked. Sleep eluded me as I spotted survey stakes along the road, orange flags signaling Maxwell's ambush. Dawn brought the roar of machinery. I bolted outside, boots half on, to find a crew erecting an 8-foot metal fence and electronic gate across my road. Concrete poured, excavators growled, and my lifeline was severed. The workers shrugged off my protests, pointing me to the HOA. Maxwell arrived, smug as ever, waving a dubious permit and offering a temporary access card, $3,000 for a permanent one. "This is illegal," I roared, but his icy smile held firm. "Don't interfere, or I'll call the police." Humiliated, I swiped the card to exit my own land and raced to the county registry. The registrar, peering through her glasses, handed me my easement, a straightforward right since 1972. At Olivia's office, surrounded by law books, she confirmed its validity. "They're stalling to pressure you," she warned. "File for an injunction, but it'll take weeks. Document everything." Back home, the gate stood like a fortress, Maxwell's taunt ringing, "Find another way home." As his words echoed, a spark ignited. If Maxwell could charge for his road, why not me for mine? Studying my property survey, I noticed the HOA's gate encroached 3 feet onto my land, a costly mistake. Olivia confirmed I could control structures on my property. With Ryan Cooper, a no-nonsense contractor, I verified the error. "They figured you wouldn't notice," Ryan grinned, chewing a toothpick. "Our plan, a toll booth on my land right beside their gate." We worked like madmen, gathering materials while the HOA office slept. By Saturday night, under floodlights, Ryan's crew and I built a sleek toll booth, sturdy, solar-powered, with a payment terminal and barrier arm I programmed myself. Signs screamed, "Private toll road, $20 per crossing, $100 per monthly pass." By Sunday morning, it was operational, receipts and all. Residents returned from weekend trips, baffled by the new hurdle. "The road crosses my land," I explained calmly. "If the HOA charges, so do I." Some fumed, others chuckled, but most paid. By afternoon, cars lined up and social media buzzed with photos. Patricia's jaw dropped when she saw it, dialing Maxwell in a panic. He arrived livid, shouting about illegal harassment. I stood firm, showing my survey. "This is my property, Mr. Bennett. Call the police if you'd like." Officer Ramirez arrived, reviewed my documents, and shrugged. "Civil matter," he told Maxwell. "Take it to court." Maxwell's rage was palpable, but I held the upper hand. The HOA retaliated, cutting power, foiled by my solar backup, sending inspectors, thwarted by Ryan's code-compliant work, and threatening lawsuits. Olivia dismissed their claims as bluster. My booth raked in thousands, and residents turned on Maxwell, furious at paying double tolls. Zoe Sullivan, a reporter, interviewed me, And her viral article exposed Maxwell's tactics, making my booth a local legend. Tourists snapped selfies. The toll war was born. Maxwell's desperation peaked when my cameras caught him, his lawyer William Davis, and a third man vandalizing my booth at 2 a.m. The footage, backed up to the cloud, showed Maxwell spray painting cameras, unaware of my hidden backups. I pressed charges, rebuilt stronger, and added a sign. Maxwell Bennett, $1,000 per crossing. The video went viral, humiliating the HOA. Residents demanded Maxwell's ouster, enraged by his recklessness. Digging deeper, I uncovered Maxwell's dirty secret. He was pocketing commissions from Platinum Ridge Developments, the estate's backers, to force me out. Leaked emails and falsified permits proved he'd hidden my easement to manipulate the board. At a staged peace meeting, recorded legally, Maxwell bragged about his schemes, unaware I'd trapped him. I unleashed everything: emails, footage, recordings, to the HOA, media, and Zoe. Her exposé obliterated Maxwell's credibility, sparking outrage. The HOA board fired Maxwell, facing my lawsuit and his vandalism charges. Nancy Fletcher, a respected resident, took over, dismantling the gate and affirming my easement. Platinum Ridge fled the scandal, and the land became a nature preserve. Maxwell's defamation suit flopped, and he slunk away, ostracized. I used the $15,000 toll profits to fund a land rights defense group, turning Maxwell's greed into a force for good. My ranch hosted a massive BBQ, uniting neighbors, minus Maxwell, in celebration. I announced plans for a community agricultural center, with Frank teaching electronics and Eleanor leading gardening classes. A year later, the ranch thrived as a hub for education, markets, and field trips. Maxwell's gate site became a wildflower entrance, marked by a cheeky sign, "Never cross a rancher with tools and time." The HOA reformed, my DIY guide went viral, and Zoe's article won awards. This saga proved that creativity and community can crush greed. Golden Meadows property values soared, not from luxury estates, but from our vibrant farm hub. If you're battling your own Maxwell, document relentlessly, know your rights, and think outside the box. My ranch, once a war zone, is now a beacon of collaboration, its open gates welcoming all. Sometimes, a stubborn rancher with a knack for building can topple giants who mistake wealth for righteousness.